Hello viewers, in this video we'll see standard costing. First we'll see the introduction of that. Okay, the important objective of cost accounting is to control the cost, and this standard costing is very helpful in order to control this cost. Earlier, that is the historical costing or normal cost accounting is nothing but the recording of what is happening in the past. It does not provide any norms or yardsticks. Okay, but this standard costing fulfills the needs to compensate the shortcomings of the historical cost. Okay, it will overcome the limitations of historical cost from the point of view of cost control. Okay, it provides the yardstick and norms to in the standard form. Okay, and now we'll see what is meant by this standard. The standard is nothing but the norms, the measure, the yardstick with which the comparison can be easily made. Okay, using these norms or measures, we can be able to compare between the actual and the standard. Okay, and now we'll see the standard cost meaning. Standard cost means a predetermined cost which is calculated from management standard of efficient operation and the relevant necessary expenditure. That is, here the standard cost is nothing but it is the predetermined cost. It is the cost fixed by the management. Okay, the management will fix this much cost is to be involved for this particular product. Likewise, they will fix the cost. Okay, and this using the standard cost, the comparison can be made between the actual and the standard one. Okay, and using this we can able to determine the price and also to control the cost. This standard cost is very helpful. Okay, and now we will see what is meant by the standard costing. According to ICMA England terminology of cost accounting, standard costing is the preparation and use of standard cost, their comparison with actual cost, and the analysis of variance to their causes and points of incidence. Okay, in the standard costing, they will prepare the standard cost. Okay, the standard cost will be prepared here and the standard cost will be used. Okay, and the comparison will be made between the actual cost incurred and the standard cost. Okay, and if there is any variance between these two, variance is nothing but the difference between the actual cost and the standard cost is analyzed, and the reason for that deviation, that is the difference, is found out here. Okay, these are the steps involved in the standard costing system, that is preparation of standard cost, next use of that standard cost, and comparison with the actual will be made, and analysis of the variance. Okay, if there is any variance between the actual and the standard, that analysis is done here, and ascertaining the causes for. Okay, and they'll analyze the cause for that variance. Okay, they'll analyze the reasons for that difference. Okay, and it is overcome in the future plans. Okay, and these are the industries which use the standard costing system. Okay, normally the industries where standardized and uniform goods are produced, the industries where the repetitive nature of product are produced, that type of industry will be using the standard costing system, and also the industries where the homogeneous products are produced. Okay, that type of industry. For this, the examples given here are mineral extraction, textile industry, sugar industry, paper making, and even service industries like transport company will also use this standard costing. Okay, and now we'll see what is meant by this variance analysis. In general term, we can say this variance as, that is varying. Okay, which means difference. Okay, and according to the ICMA England, the cost variance is the difference between the standard cost and the comparable actual cost incurred during the period. Okay, the variance is nothing but the difference between the standard cost which is fixed by the management and the actual cost incurred. Okay, that is the variance here. Okay, in simple words we can say that actual cost incurred in a period are compared with the relevant standard cost, and any deviations or difference is there, that is termed as variance. Okay, in simply we can say like this. Okay, the difference between the actual cost and the standard cost is the variance. Okay, and this variance can be of favorable or adverse. Okay, we'll see what is meant by this favorable variance. Okay, in case of cost variance, normally this variance of two types, cost variance and sales variance, and if it is a cost variance, the favorable variance means the actual cost incurred should be less than the standard cost. Okay, that is, say for example, the standard cost was fixed at 100 and the actual cost was fixed at 80, means it is favorable because the actual cost incurred was comparatively less than the standard cost here. Okay, so this is said to be favorable variance, and the other name for favorable variance is positive variance and credit variance. Okay, and in case of sales variance, when the actual sales are more than the standard, that is the budgeted sales, it is termed as favorable variance. Okay, because if we expect to sell 100 units, but the actual units sold is 120, means it is obviously a profit for the company. Okay, so the budgeted or the standard should be less than the actual. Okay, then it is termed as favorable variance. Okay, if the actual exceeds the budgeted one, in case of sales variance, it is said to be favorable. This sales variance is completely opposite to that cost variance. Okay, the cost should be minimum, the actual cost incurred should be minimum. In that case, it is said to be favorable, and if the actual cost exceeds the standard cost, that is said to be adverse. Okay, that is unfavorable. We'll see that later. Okay, now we'll see unfavorable variance. Yes, unfavorable variance is also known as adverse or negative variance. It is the result when the actual cost exceeds the standard cost. Okay, for example, the standard cost fixed here is 100 and the actual cost incurred is 120, means it is unfavorable. Okay, because the actual cost incurred is more than the standard cost. Okay, and it is completely opposite for that sales variance, right? The same is the result when actual sales are less than the budgeted sales. Okay, if the actual sales is less than the budgeted sales, it is said to be unfavorable variance. Okay, yes, and now we'll see the types of variances. Okay, as I said, we have cost variance and sales variance. Okay, under cost variance we have material cost variance, labor cost variance and overhead cost variance. Under this material cost we have many, and similarly in labor cost variance also we have many, that we'll see in our upcoming videos. Okay, overhead cost variance also we have many. Okay, under that. Okay, and in sales variance we have price variance and volume variance. Under this volume variance we have mix variance and quantity variance. Okay, and now we'll see the direct material cost variance. Okay, under this direct material cost variance we have direct material price, okay, and direct material usage. Okay, this cost is basically classified into material price variance and material usage variance. Okay, and again this usage variance is classified into material mix variance and material yield variance. Okay, yield variance or sub-usage variance. Okay, and now we'll see the formula for this. Okay, material cost variance is nothing but XQ into SR minus AQ into AR. SQ is nothing but the standard quantity and this SR is the standard rate, and this is actual quantity and actual rate. Okay, this is the direct material cost variance formula. Okay, and now I'll tell you what is this direct material cost variance meant by. Okay, it is the difference between the standard material cost for the actual output and the actual cost of direct material used. Now we'll see direct material price variance. Okay, here AQ into SR minus AR. This AQ is the actual quantity and this SR is the standard rate and this is the actual rate. Okay, and this is the formula to calculate this direct material price variance, and this is the formula to calculate this usage variance, that is SR into SQ minus AQ. That is standard quantity minus actual quantity into standard rate. Okay, and this is the difference between the standard cost of standard quantity of material for actual output and the standard cost of the actual material used. Okay, and this is the formula to calculate the material mix variance, and here we have two formulas when the actual weight is equal to standard weight. For example, the actual weight is 100 and the standard weight is also 100, means we have to use this formula. Okay, the other formula also will have when the weight difference. Okay, actual weight is different from the standard weight, this formula we have to use. Okay, here we have standard quantity, here revised standard quantity. I'll tell you how to find this revised standard quantity. Okay, this is the formula to calculate revised standard quantity: total weight of actual mix divided by total weight of standard mix, okay, into standard quantity of each material. And this is the formula to calculate sub-usage variance. Okay, and this is SR into SQ minus RSQ. Here also will have this RSQ. RSQ, I hope you know, revised standard quantity. Okay, SQ also you know, standard quantity, and this SR is standard rate. Okay, and this is material yield variance. Here the standard rate into standard yield minus actual yield we have to find. Okay, in one problem either this sub usage variance will be there or the yield variance will be there, both we cannot find at a time. Okay, in all the problems either this or this you can find. Okay, and I have given the abbreviation of this formulas. Okay, this is SR is nothing but the standard rate, SQ is standard quantity, and AR is actual rate, AQ is actual quantity, RSQ is revised standard quantity, and SY is standard yield, and AY is actual yield. Okay, and now we can see the verification part of this. Okay, if we add the direct material price variance and usage variance, we'll get the direct material cost variance. Okay, we can verify our answers using this verification step. Okay, and direct material usage variance is nothing but direct material mix variance plus direct material yield variance. Okay, and the other formula also we have, that is direct material mix variance plus direct material sub-usage variance. Okay, as I said you that in one problem either this, that is yield variance, or sub-usage variance can be found. Okay, both cannot be found at a time. Okay, yes, I hope now you can able to understand the basic concept of this standard costing, right? And okay, we'll see the problem in our upcoming videos. Okay, thank you for your patient listening.